That was a bit abrupt. I was tempted to do the whole water spraying thing, but thought that might mess up some of the fancy electronics we've got knocking around in here. Hello, everybody. By the way, why is the camera pointing all the way over my head? Hold on. Let's adjust that a little bit. There we go. Is everyone in position? Splendid. Are we... This Community Shield thing, by the way, I want to address this straight away. So confused when I started reading about ABBA earlier on. Just very confused. No, people need to keep me abreast of these rule changes. But yes, hello everybody. How are we all? Let's get a tweet out there to tell everybody we're here. Hold on, before we do anything else, let's get a tweet out there, because then I'm sure all of you want to go out there and retweet it so that we can get as many people into the room as we possibly can, because that would be splendid. So hold on. I'm live right now on Twitch. Come and join in the fun. And then we'll put the little Twitch address, twitch.tv/LollujoFM, because I still can't have the URL I want. And then a little, please retweet it. Boom. That tweet is live. Let's copy the link to that, stick that in the chat. If anyone would like to retweet that for me, that would be swell. Thank you very much. How are we all? Why is the camera's pointing at a weird angle now? It's showing all this stuff behind me. I can't get the camera right. Someone's been out here fiddling with things. Your cam's not working properly, Kev. The side of the cam... Yeah, I don't know what's... It's not doing widescreen. Does it normally do widescreen, this one? I don't know what's happening. Kev, you'll see it in the Checkered Trade Mickey... What will I see in the Checkered Trade Mickey Mouse Cup? I'm confused. Turtle comb over. Retweeting to 2 followers is still better than not retweeting to 2 followers. So go for it. Russ Parks, you may well have been waiting for Dr. Benji, but you've got Kev, and everybody knows that's far superior, because I've got little Kev, and that's all we really need. Let's get... What is that? Is that the green screen behind me that's... Ah, you can see how dirty my room is. Hold on, let's put that back there where it's supposed to be. Did little Kev just lose his title again? It is like watching SmackDown around here. It's ridiculous. Right. I only gave him it so that I could do that gag when he dropped it inevitably. Right, let's get into the proper game. Hold on. Mainstream. Boom. There we go. Tom Wheeler, thank you very much on the congratulations for 5,000 followers. I'm going to fully credit the Football Manager Twitter account for that, because they tweeted out the link to the Nottingham event video yesterday, and within 5 minutes I'd picked up another 20 or 30 Twitter followers. So thank you, Football Manager. They did delete their tweet later on in the day and then send me a direct message saying, yeah, we've deleted that because we're getting so many questions that we don't know the answer to, so we'll just delete it and let you handle it all. So, but thank you anyway for all the followers. No, we don't need to be banning anybody just yet. We will ban anybody who does any silliness, like the other night, though. The amount of people who asked me where the stream replay was on YouTube, and I suppose I could have sat and edited it, but I didn't sit and edit it. So we didn't get to do a stream replay. Right, how are we all doing this evening? Yeah, that Rotherham game. I assume we've all seen the YouTube episode from earlier on today. Look at all that green for so long, and I was getting so excited and overconfident when we were winning that game, and somehow we just got spanked by Rotherham, and I still don't really know how. And I also don't really know why we're playing a Checkered Trade Mickey Mouse Nonsense Cup game on a Monday night in Christmas week, and then we're playing again on the Friday because it's Boxing Day, and then again on the Sunday, and then again on New Year's Eve, and then again a few days later, and then the FA Cup third round is on a Tuesday. What mixed up universe is this Football Manager save going on in? That fixture list would never happen in real life. FM Fanatic, getting on good. Thank you. Cristiano Ronaldo should be a banned word. Do I prefer Pepsi Max over Diet Coke now? I don't know who's paying me. This is £5 for 24 cans in Tesco at the moment, which is why I keep buying this. If Diet Coke went to £5 for 24 cans, I'd prefer that, probably. And it was Coke Zero anyway, not Diet Coke. I think the ABBA penalty system is going to be used in the League Cup. So confusing. Posh did win yesterday, which is always a good thing. Ever had a little Chapman Jr. in FM? The only little Kev I need is this one. I've never had one happen organically in the game. They had it as DLC on the iPad version. I don't know if it's still on there, but a few years ago I did pay for that for like £1 or £2 just to see what would happen, and he wasn't any good. 11 change. What, we're going to play the under-12s in the checker trade nonsense? I think we might. It is. I know we don't get a rest over Christmas time, but that is stupid. That fixture list. Playing the FA Cup third round on a Tuesday is nutso. That 8-2 yesterday. What a mad world. Not sure if it's a good idea to have a deeping save on YouTube the day of a stream. It only gives people 4 hours to get... Yeah, I suppose. I was going to ask people about that, actually. The reason I do it that way is because it kills two birds with one stone then, and I don't have to do a separate video saying, I'm streaming now on YouTube. It kind of... I do that in the intro to the Sugar Daddy video, and then we have the video. But, I don't know. Would it be better off putting the video out the day after a stream and doing a separate, like, 1 minute... I'm going live on Twitch now. Come on over. Let's play along and have some fun. I don't know. Your thoughts on that are very much welcome. The Northman, £5 for 24 cans. Just bought 25 about £7 in Denmark. Think, yeah. Well, they're not usually this cheap. Normally for 24 cans, you'd be looking at about a tenner. That's why I've switched to Pepsi Max, because it's so cheap at the moment. FM Fanatic. How should I start as Huddersfield? Peterborough, of course. What's this ABB? I agree, Dutch Farmer. What is this ABB nonsense? I didn't watch the Community Shield. I went to check on the score, and all BBC Sport was talking about was ABBA, and I was really, really confused. Checker Trade Trophy is the new name for the Johnson's Paint Trophy, and they're both stupid. Yeah, keeping it clean as a last donation. I think that's appropriate. It was needed after the nonsense that we had the other night. £8 for 24 cans now. No, that's awful. I'm glad I stocked up. I've got like 3 of these stacked up in my utility room, so I'm sorting for Pepsi Max for a little while. But yeah, £8, very sad. 3 for £17 at Farm Foods. Oh, very good. I think I have the patience of an angel. Reloaded the youth intake 365 times. No, son. Wow. Kev, you're going to check when Nathaniel Chalabar went. Let's do that now. I would speculate that he probably didn't find a club, because after 6 or 7 seasons on 80 grand a week at Deeping Rangers, I would suggest he probably had overinflated expectations as to what he's worth. The Northman, watching the vlog is fine by me. That's my favourite. I love doing the vlog. The vlog's awesome. If I could swap the views around on the 2 channels, that would be amazing. What was I doing? Chalaba. Oh, he's at Dynamo. There we go. On £6,000 a week, aged 31. There you go. So he made it all the way to Croatia. To be fair, I mean, I don't know what Croatia's like. It's sunny, isn't it? Is it sunny? I don't know. After all those years of 80 grand a week, I don't know if I'd have bothered, age 31. I think I might have just retired if I was Chalaba in that situation. Oh, that's a lot of comments all of a sudden. Stephen Taylor targets promotion with Peterborough. Why not? We won yesterday. That must mean we're going to get promoted. That's how it works. Can get a 2 litre bottle of Coke at Aldi for 19p. Yeah, but it's not the same in bottles, is it? You don't get that delicious fizziness at the end of a bottle. That's why I prefer it in cans. Right, let's bring the kids in. Click full rotation and see what we come up with. Is this rotated enough? Who is Liam Booker? Liam Booker is a 20-year-old midfielder who it looks like we poached from Conference Notts County and hasn't played for us this season, so we'll give him a go. What positions can he play in? He can play centre back, right wing back, and striker, obviously. Get Chalaba back. I wonder if he'd come back now, actually. Let's have a look. Chalaba. or if his... Liam, thank you very much for your donation. That's very much appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's just make... Can we make it... Did I press the wrong button? I want to make an inquiry. In fact, should we scout him first? No. Why can't I press buttons like a human? Chalaba. And then we want to scout him, because then we can find out... No. What? Can't afford to scout him. Right, let's just make an inquiry then. There we go. I don't want to overpay for him, considering he was our player. Kegman plays. I'm very good, thank you. Put Kevin Chapman up front in the checker trade. That's a good shout. Got to find him, of course. Let's take Canado out of the team. He's only here on loan. He doesn't need to play. We'll get Kevin Chapman in up front. I found 2-litre bottles of Pepsi Max in Spa for Denmark for £1. We bought 10 bottles and a 3-pack of... Yeah, well... I saw a fun thing in my save. Chalaba brother got to Peterborough. Did he, by golly? Christian Burgess, I always rated him when he was at Posh. We're not going to play with Vasberg in this. He's never fit. That would be mad. I think he just fell out with management because he was superb, but never really got a proper run in the team at Posh, which was a bit of a shame. Yeah, we need to... Oh, Kevin Owens. I forgot we had Kevin Owens. Let's bring him in instead of Mendes. Yeah, Kevin Owens can go in at the back. I forget we signed these silly players. And then, yeah, we need... Obviously, we need to get Ricky Martin in, as per the rules of the stream. There we go. Ricky Martin can play as a striker. I've never noticed that before. Well, there we go. Yeah, you did miss I'm afraid. Yeah, so we've got Kevin Chapman, Kevin Owens and Ricky Martin all in the team. Anna's watching lots of telly at the moment. She's got a very busy evening of catching up on everything she's recorded on the Sky Planner because we get Sky Q installed tomorrow and they've told us we're going to lose everything we've got saved. And because we're both busy, stuff gets recorded and is on there for months. Like we haven't even watched this week's Game of Thrones yet. So we're going to have to watch that after the stream and then... Probably watch the one that's on tonight. It's complicated. Managing my TV is very difficult. Right, let's see how we get on with this bunch of kids. Kev, next time you're at Posh, told Jack Marriott to get rid of that horrendous man bun. Yeah, it's an amusing hairstyle. Put Chapman up front when he plays his standard 5.6 rating. You can fine him 2 weeks' wages. I'm not going to fine myself 2 weeks' wages. It's not his fault he's out of his depth. Let's talk about September. Big plans come. Jerome, there is big plans coming up in September. I hope you've all seen the video from YouTube. That's that place I put videos that came out yesterday. We are having a big content creator football management day of awesomeness at the National Video Game Arcade in Nottingham on the 16th of September. It's going to be brilliant. I'm going to be there. Loki's going to be there. There's a half dozen other creators who've contacted me to say they're going to be there. I'm going to have more names to announce soon, hopefully. And it's limited to 100 people in the room. So if you are interested, you need to get a ticket. And the link to how to do that is in the YouTube video. Any dad joke tonight? Hopefully not. Take Woodburn out. Have we got a player called Woodburn? I'll have to have a look in a minute. We've only got 1,600 people have turned up for this match. Ratboy, Ricky Martin was banned, but now he's not banned anymore. Assombalonga nearly scored on his debut for Borough. Yeah, he's a bit special, Britt Assombalonga. We had him for a full season, and it was awesome. How did Posh do? We won yesterday. Kev, would you do a pro club with... Yeah, I'm toying with the idea. I think I need to get better at FIFA first before we do that. But it's I'm trying to think of something fun to do on Patreon. Because we've got like 50 people over on Patreon now that I need to figure out something fun to do with. And pro clubs is definitely an option. But I haven't decided yet. Did a Posh player get spat on? I don't know. I haven't heard... Maybe, probably, who knows? I know nothing. Right, let's make a fun. We're not very good when we don't have our good players in the team. Who'd have thought? Let's bring him on and hopefully grab a goal. Were they crazy spending £15 million on a Sombalonga? Didn't well, in fact, it might even have been Middlesbrough. Someone spent that kind of money on Jordan Rhodes a few seasons ago, didn't they? He was a Sombalonga's worth 10 Jordan Rhodeses. So I don't know if they're willing to spend it on Jordan Rhodes, then too right they spend that kind of money on a Sombalonga. Liam, there's definitely something fun going to be going on Patreon. I'm not certain what it is yet. Patrons are wonderful and they help feed my kids, so being a patron is cool. His legs are made of Weetabix. I just don't think Forest can train players properly. He never had any fitness issues when he was at Posh. Goes to Forest, and not only did they not pay for him, they broke him as well. So I just wouldn't trust Forest with it. Espresso Cat can't come. Put Chapman in goal so you can have a real striker on the pitch. Yeah, can't do that. Get Kevin Chapman to have his way. Yeah, can't even get myself knocked out of the Mickey Mouse Cup. I'm trying, but I mean they're back into it now. Is it? This isn't a two-leg affair, is it? I hope. I'd quite like to win it, but now we're in the EFL Cup semi-final. I'd much rather win that. Kevin Chapman's just scored a goal. Look at he looks just like me. His hair's just like mine. Ross Turns was way... If I'd have realised he was on the pitch earlier, he wouldn't have been. But look at that from Kevin Chapman. That's how I do it. Wowzers. Are we going to get another one here? And that was Kevin Owens. We've had Kevin Chapman and Kevin Owens score a goal. Ben Winfield, thank you very much for your donation. That's a wonderful thing. Thank you very much. Let's just have a look at this Kevin Owens goal. So we've had Kevin Chapman and the man who stole his gimmick, Kevin Owens, have both got goals in this match. And yes, we haven't managed to get ourselves knocked out of the Checkatrade Mickey Mouse Nonsense Cup. Yeah. Oh well. I'm sure we'll get knocked out soon. It was an excellent strike from Kevin Chapman. Have to play Chapman and Owens in every game now. I'm not going to play him in every game in the league. We lost our last league game. I'll play him. They'll definitely start in the Checkatrade Trophy though, when apparently that's already been drawn and we're playing Doncaster in January. So they'll definitely play in that. Kevin Chapman is the next Ruben Iribarren. Exactly. Let's hope WWE don't sue me for signing Kevin Owens. He was actually called Kevin Owens, though. That one's not a nickname. They can't get me for that. Look, hold on. No nicknames. He really is called Kevin Owens. So they can't get me for that one. Yeah, what Saggy Squid said. Players are worth what clubs are willing to pay for them. That's what it comes down to. There's a lot of money knocking around in football at the moment. So... yeah, the transfer fees are silly. I imagine the bubble will burst at some point. And if it doesn't, it'll all just go the way of American sports. We got fined for that match because we didn't play any of our proper players. Oh, well, never mind. Play Chapman in the league till he scores. No, we can't play with... We're already playing with 10 men because we've got Ricky Martin in the team. We can't go down to 9 men. We're trying to win the league. We want to get promoted. I don't want to hobble the squad too much. Yeah, I think if players are English, then they definitely, their value ups a little bit. And I don't really know why. I guess it's the whole homegrown thing, isn't it? But seems a bit odd. They're funded by people paying for Sky Q boxes. I'm not guilty. I'm not paying for my Sky Q box. I'm on one of these shiny new loyalty things where they give me a one for nothing. So, not my fault. Yeah, I think, as Rat Boys said, Man City probably take more of the blame than the Premier League as a whole for the silly transfer fees. And Chelsea before them. It was the rich owners rather than the TV money that caused the big problem. Look, Aldo, I'm having a very good stream. It's lots of fun. Thank you for asking. Play with 9 men. You're 12 points clear. Man City have just used the Chapman method of splurging all the money on fullbacks. Yeah, I mean, I'm fully in support of Man City's summer transfer business. They clearly know what they're doing. Fun Football Manager Challenge. Manage PSV and don't spend £200 million on one player. Where's the fun in that? Man United, Real Madrid, but I don't know about Real Madrid and Barcelona. Man United, I wouldn't put as much blame on, because at least with Man United, they're spending money they've earned. They've not had a rich owner throwing money at them the way City and Chelsea have. Real Madrid and Barcelona, I don't really know how the fund... Money's weird over there, isn't it? It's all... I don't really get how it works. But Man United, I would say, are fairly innocent in all this. Yes, they pay some big fees, but they are a massive brand that generate a lot of money, so they earned it. And I'm absolutely not a Man United fan. It feels a bit wrong defending them. Yeah, what's the deal with Milan? Have Milan got a rich owner now, presumably? Ben, your donation did come through. If you have a look at the bottom of the screen over... Hold on, how do I point on this thing? Down there-ish. You should see your name. Who's got no first team right back? I don't know. Throw money at anyone you want, maybe, but not in the same way as Man City and Chelsea have. I don't ever remember Man United going out and spending an absolute fortune on the kind of players who turned up at Chelsea. I mean, the likes of, I don't know, Joe Cole is an example, who was never an elite player. Or who's your Man City equivalent of that? Nasri or someone like that. Players who just... At least Man United, in the main, buy really top players and spend good money for them. At least traditionally. Maybe not so much now. What do I think of Tottenham's transfer policy? What, sell players and don't replace them? Seems a bit iffy to me. Have they signed any players this summer, Tottenham? I don't know that they have they? That seems a bit risky. If someone's saying Trippier's injured, does that mean... who have they got as fullbacks now if they're selling the ones they've got and the ones that are left are injured? Seems a little bit risky. Right, are we genuinely going to play Kevin Chapman in the league? Just to see what he can do. I'll put Kevin Owens on the bench because I'm not mental, but he does deserve to be involved. If we can find him. Right, let's get these other things off. Have I lost Kevin Owens? There he is, look. We'll get him on the bench instead of Lenihan. And we'll do that. This is the one time I'm going to play Kevin Chapman in the league. This is his big chance to prove himself. Tottenham signed Wembley Stadium on loan for a year. Yeah, is that... I mean, I guess that's costing them a lot of money, is it? Is that why they're not signing players? Kyle Walker-Peters, goodness me. I've had him in Football Manager games many times. He's never turned into a Premier League player. Tottenham have been linked with Demarai Gray. So Milan have got a Chinese owner, have they? Okay. See, 40 million for Bonucci. Is it really as ridiculous as people are saying it is? Isn't he the kind of player who can very quickly turn them into a really top team? That seems like fairly sensible business to me. I mean, comparing this to my own Football Manager saves, signing Bonucci for that kind of money, that's like when I signed Ziyech at Tottenham. He was like 28, 29, and I spent 30 or 40 million on him, but he was a world-class footballer and massively improved the team. So, is it that much of an issue? Do Spurs actually need any players? They need a right back, I think. Yeah, it's not the one time Kevin Chapman's going to play, obviously. Play Chapman, for goodness sake, or I'll take this up with Chapman. Got it, Chapman? Yeah, fair enough. I think you don't sign a player from a big rival like Juventus. See, that's the most fun thing to do, isn't it? Arsenal loved signing Sol Campbell off Tottenham. Man United loved signing Rio Ferdinand off Leeds. It's loads of fun to sign a player off of a big rival. Right, what are we going to get a Kevin Chapman goal here? Turns to Lopez. Go! Kevin Chapman has just scored another absolute screamer. This man is a hero. This is a lad who shouldn't even... I mean, he's miles offside. I don't know how that counts. But he's not good enough for League Two. And he's just done that again. Wow. That's... That's mad. Just wondering, what amount of money did Chairman Kev spend to get deeping on this level? Chairman Kev invested an initial £100 million plus bought a stadium. So I don't know how much a stadium costs, a 25,000 all-seater plus all the fancy youth. It's fair to say he spent a lot of money. Not as much as Neymar would cost, though. Yeah, Kevin Chapman. I think he might have to play a little bit more often. Don't forget the biggest rival signing ever when Liverpool got Nick Barmby and Abel Xavier off Everton. Goodness me. I might have to play Kevin Chapman a bit more often now after that goal. And look at that, body language, looking calm. Just, what of it? What am I? I'm a leading player for most Vanarama North sides. I could one day be a decent Vanarama national striker. I'm making my Football League debut. I've scored a screamer. I'm looking calm. I'm feeling balanced. I'm Kevin Chapman. What are you going to do? Kevin Chapman will end his career with tons of medals that he won't deserve. Did you see that goal he scored? Of course he deserves it. Lee Tomlin from Bristol to Cardiff. Are they massive rivals? I guess they're close together. I've never really thought about them being rivals in that way. Deep in Rangers or Neymar or 846 UK houses. I do Deep in Rangers every time. This reminds me of Mark Palmer, an English region I signed from Guiseley to Scottish Montrose. Not good enough for Scottish League 2. 17 goals in League 1. Ridiculous. Kevin Chapman's going to be our captain in the Champions League final, though. I might have to convert him into a midfield player rather than a striker, because I don't want to... What is happening? How? I don't understand. I mean, he's offside again, I think. But that lad can finish. Yeah. I don't... Perhaps he is a striker. What is happening? What is his finishing? So finishing is just about all he can do. I tell you what, finishing and leadership. So he's going to be a finisher and a captain. I don't understand how this is happening. Right, let's make a couple of substitutions. This is absolutely insane. If he gets a hat-trick, I don't know what I'll do. Yeah, too right, he gets a new contract. What do we do if he gets a hat-trick? Right, let's get Turns off as well. Bring Matt Deakin on. Down there. There you go. Me and Matt both involved in the game. Tomlin's not lazy. Tomlin just looks lazy because he's short and fat. Tomlin conserves energy for his flashes of absolute brilliance. Lee Tomlin is the most talented player I've ever seen play for Posh. No, I didn't say best. Obviously, George Boyd is the best. But Lee Tomlin, without question, the most talented. Just incredible. He is... I don't understand. I think the only reason he's not a Premier League player is because he's short and fat. I'm not going to give him Chalobah money. That's nuts. Yeah, Matt wants his Premier League medal as well. This ref obviously wants Chapman to do well. Yeah, it definitely was offside for both goals. Surely. Tommy, thank you very much for the host. And hello to the 4 people that are watching Tommy's stream. Hello. We've just had a very silly situation. So, oh, Luke the Geek as well. Thank you very much. I like hosting. Hosting's good. Make Chapman the highest paid player in the world. Yeah, okay. I don't really want to bankrupt this club. What contract is he on? Gee, roses! Why did I give him £8 grand a week to begin with? Was nobody paying attention when we signed this guy? Why did I pay him £8,000 a week? He's only here for a 1-year contract. I think we might need to give him a pay rise anyway. He now wants £9 grand a week. You know what, Kev? You can have 11, and you'll like it. Just sign him on for another year. There you go. Every time he scores goals, we'll give him extra money. Yes, that was splendid last match. Good work, everybody. Let's rest you all up, because we've probably got another game in like a day and a half, because it's Christmas. Scoring strike rate of 200. That's why he's on £8 grand a week. That's fair. 2 times him. Yeah. If Kevin Chapman scores a hat-trick, I make another donation. Right, well, he's going to be playing every game then. It's all about the monies. If I just rename everybody Kevin Chapman and we win 3-0, does that count? He's got a 35% wage rise after promotion. Oops! What, in the new contract that I've just given him? Oh, well, he deserves it. He's a hero. He'll probably never score another goal now. But that was heroic. Evening, cultured left foot. How are you? He deserves 100%. He does deserve 100%. Who needs transfer budgets? Transfer budgets. We don't need to worry about them. Right, everybody make Alfie Bob behave. We want this stream to make it to YouTube. Yeah, people go too overboard for Sheffield United. I don't know what's all this about. Just let me get into the game. Yeah, we're good. We're great. Kane, evening. Hello. What you've missed, cultured left foot, is a player with my name who's only a Conference North player being an absolute hero in League One and scoring goals, and nobody knows why, other than the fact that he's got my name. But that's all that really matters. Giovanni Van Bronckhorst is Bournemouth manager. He's not having Stefan Lawrence. No. Get lost. Yeah. Do one. Kev, any idea when you're making your first posh match of the season? No, not yet. Don't really know. Yes, that was the 11k a week. Had to give him 11k a week. He was already on 8k a week, and I don't really know how and why. Who's telling what now? He's the illegitimate son of the Deeping Rangers manager from a girl he dated in college, he then shares my actual full name. Why do Posh live under a Northampton shadow? Do shadows go upwards? I don't really understand. What an unusual question. Give more players your name, it brings you luck. I can't just give them my name. If I find one with my name, I'll sign him. Let's see if there's been any more Kevin Chapman's appearing games since we've been playing. No, the only 3 in the game are all already at the club. Chairman, manager and player. If he's my illegitimate son, I was young when I had him. Goodness me. Right, team selection. Let's have a bit of a rotate. Evening, the 12th man. Right, Matt Deacon can go and give Ross Turns a little break so that we can get Ricky Martin back in the team. Where is he? Who's lost Ricky Martin? Right, Kevin Chapman obviously has to play. We're not going to have Canedo in the side. He's only here on loan. Why play a lone player when we've got a hero like Kevin Chapman who can play week in, week out? And then I suppose we still need to have Kevin Owens on the bench because he was rather... That wasn't the bench at all. Oh, what did I just see appear there? Behaving for YouTube. I wonder who that was. Thank you very much. That's much appreciated. Both the donation and the sentiment. Right, let's get into this game. And who are we playing? Sheffield United. We're going to beat them. Of course we're going to beat them. It's certainly not ideal on a gap of only 1 day. A gap of only 1 day is crazy talk. Right, what's going on over here? Does he get his dreadlocks from... Yeah, I'm... You lot have seen me on the vlog first thing in the morning before I do my hair. My hair just grows outwards. It's I reckon I could pull off dreadlocks. When I was a teenager, I desperately wanted dreadlocks, but my mum wouldn't let me have them. He's just done it again. I don't understand what's happening here. And I think he was probably offside again. Perhaps he's invisible. Because no one seems to notice. Look, he just stands in offside positions. He is absolutely offside again there. I just don't understand. You couldn't write this nonsense. How is this happening? Wait 3 days, we'll probably put in a transfer request saying he's bigger than the club. He is bigger than the club. Wherever he goes, I'm going to follow him. Kevin Chapman's going to end the season as the top scorer in Europe. Yes, coming into the team in December, he'll end up the top scorer in Europe. I just don't understand it, though. I mean, look at the state of that. He's a 1.5-star player with no potential to improve. And he only got 7 goals in the Cabanarama South last year. How is this happening? You did miss another Chapman goal. Licaldo, spot on. There are currently only 3 Kevin Chapmans. But, you know, they're the heroes of Deeping Rangers. Right, there's Matt Deacon. What's he going to conjure up? Come on, Matt, get your foot in. You're going to leave that to Ricky Martin. You know what his aggression's like. And where's Kevin Chapman? Hovering in an offside position. Good. That means he's about to score a goal. Salvador. Can he get it through to Kevin Chapman? Muller's there. Chapman's offside. I don't understand. I'm not seeing things, am I? He's been offside for all 4 of these goals. I mean, the defenders of the other team had their arms up in the air. This is better than the 8-5 that we did last week. This is like it is. You can't write it. He's going to grab a hat trick here. Am I cheating? I wish I knew how to. I mean, if there's a way to cheat to make a player who's not good enough better without adjusting his stats, then I wish I knew it so that I could cheat. And tell you what, storytelling, bit of narrative would be much easier if you could do that. But no, I'm not. Admit it, I broke the offside rule in the game engine. Yeah. But only for 1 player. Anyway, I've added something into the code. If you're wearing number 37, then you're then offsides don't apply to you. Kev paid the ref. Thank you very much for your kind donation. Kevin Chapman's just won a penalty. Is he going to... He won it himself. Now he's taking a penalty for a hat-trick. Kevin Chapman has a hat-trick in the Football League. He has 6 goals in his last 3 games. I emphasise again, this is a Conference South player who is tearing up the Football League, and I don't understand how. Salvador's just stood next to him, no idea what's going on. Let's get Geordie Shaw on to see if he can just try and figure out what weird and wonderful world we're living in. At least that one wasn't offside. That's his first legitimate goal. Is he going to get a 4th here? He's not. Well, I said he was only in for 1 game, but we might have to keep him in the team for a little while. He's doing all right, isn't he? It comes with a name. He comes with a natural talent. Wow, that's a lot of my own name appearing on the chat there. That's a little overwhelming. Sheffield United 0, Kevin Chapman 3. Should be Kevin Chapman's. I think me and the chairman both had something to do with that as well. Can't drop a player on form like that. I don't understand. Jerome, you are spot on. I don't understand how these things seem to happen to me. It's like, I don't know, it's like the game knows when I'm streaming and decides to make something ridiculous happen. Keep him in until he doesn't score. I'm going to keep him in forever now. Right. Kevin Chapman. I am very pleased with his performance today. I mean... Ah, wowzers. You were superb, Kev. Well done. What a hero. I mean, let's just take a moment to just have a look at that career history. I mean, look at that average. He's averaging a 9.15. He should just retire now. His career doesn't ever beat that pinnacle. That's just not right. Breaking news, Kevin Chapman of Deeping Rangers failed a drugs test. Oh, wow, that would be brilliant. And he's still set to not needed. Is he really? Now, in all seriousness, is that why he's doing it? He's trying to prove himself. If I change him to like key player, does he stop performing? I don't understand how stuff like that works, but if he's got like his determination's only 11, there must be some kind of trait within him where, I mean, look at all those player traits that he's got. He's just a hero. He is just a hero. I'm going to leave it as not needed. Maybe the devs put in an unseen cheat that means players with the player one's name. That would be amazing if they did. I mean, even though I've got him as not needed, he's still agreeing to a new contract, I think. I don't know what we put him in. The new contract presumably wasn't as not needed. So when he signs that, we're perhaps going to break him. How do I withdraw a contract offer? Who should I sign for Posh? Sign Kevin Chapman. It's the 3 positioning. He just stands still and the ball finds its way to him. Exactly. Was one of his traits likes to beat the offside trap? I didn't look in that much detail. Likes to try and beat the offside trap. I mean, he does try, to be fair. He doesn't succeed very often. But bless him, he tries. Brookie, I'm good. Thank you. How are you? Wowzers. Oh, I feel almost as flustered as the other day now. That was all a little bit unnecessary and exciting. Localdo, I don't think he has beaten the offside trap 3 times. I think he's had 4 offside goals. He scored a penalty, which he won himself by just falling over. I think he's just been very lucky. I'm not renaming him. The man's got my name. Will David Chapman and his Bolton battle ever return? Probably not in FM17 though. I do have a plan with David Chapman for FM18. A potential early stages plan though. David might be making a comeback. I tell you what, I love streaming. AKA Nitro. I absolutely love streaming. I wish I'd have been able to do it for the last year. It's just awesome. So much fun. Now, if only if Harry Owen was loaded, we could have a Harry Owen Kevin Chapman partnership. Espresso Cat, thank you very much for your donation. That's very kind of you. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's awesome. There we go. Chapman has signed his new contract as a backup player. See, if this breaks him, we'll just stick him back down to not needed again. We've got technically, if he isn't called offside, then the trap didn't really. I guess that's so. Wow. Yes, we need to. How pleased I am! Pleased. He is a great lad. Good name as well. Deep in range, incentive, instrumentive. Let's just go beat him. Dan Jordan, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm enjoying it very much too. Streaming is the way forward. Tommy, you basically caused all this to happen. So, yeah, 8k was too much. Now he's on 11k. Yeah, exactly. Right, there we go. Let's go beat Tranmere. You need to sign for Deeper Rangers and see if you match up to the Birch. I don't. Plus, he's 24. I'm 35, and yeah, I probably won't make the grade for Deeper Rangers. Plus, they don't have the training facilities we've got in game. For Chapman, there is no too much. Agreed. And that's for all the Chapmans, not just Kevin Chapman, and the other Kevin Chapman. There's no too much for any of us. I'm Espresso Cut. I'm not sure how fast your internet really needs to be to stream Football Manager. If it's fast enough for you to watch it, I don't know. It's not exactly graphically intense, is it? Do you want to put the stream on YouTube? I haven't seen your hashtags, Adam. What other hashtags have there been? Did I... We want Dave. Dave can't come in here. In fact, I hope he can't. If he's in the garden, he might hear me and wander in. But he just wrecks the place. He tried to pull my green screen down earlier when he was in here. So I'm afraid no Dave in the studio/garage. Right, we're going to arrest De Silva Lopez, I think, so that we can have Ricky Martin in the team again. De Silva Lopez has played a lot of games recently. Canedo, get lost. Kevin Chapman needs... It's weird how the... Wowzers. Sharad 99. That is incredibly generous of you. We need a love shower, everybody. Thank you very much. And we've set the precedent. We're going to rename a player after you. So, is that what you want to be called? Sharad 99 as a player? Or who do you want to be? And what name do you want? Let us know in the chat who you want to be, what name you want to be. What you want. Obviously, you can't have Kevin Chapman or any of the players we've already renamed. But pick a player, tell me what name you want, and we'll rename someone. That is incredibly generous. And seriously, it's hard to express through doing a stream and without crying like a little baby how important stuff like that is. But that is just incredible. So thank you. That's massively appreciated. Just Sharad. Okay, Sharad, who do you want to be? Who shall we give you? Rosberg's tired, is he? That's a good point. Well spotted. Kevin Owens can come in then. That's an easy change to make there. Who plays a lot of games? Salvador, maybe? Or Muller? Or do you want someone who's breaking into the team a little bit? Someone suggests someone who we should give Sharad for that incredibly kind donation. I refuse to start this match until we've renamed a player, because once a precedent is set, a precedent is set. Large 7500. There's a button down in the description, I guess it's called, or one of the mods might even link you to it. Make Kevin Chapman the under-19s manager as well. That's a good idea. Right, I'm gonna make Fabian Muller. There we go. Oh, there's lots of votes coming in now. They're the three I thought, Muller, Salvador and Calver. How do we do a straw poll? Should we do a straw poll? And we'll do it during this game. And then whoever comes out on top will be the new Sharad. So let's just set up a straw poll. Oh, there you go. Sharad's come in and said Salvador. Sorted. Straw poll not required. So we are going to set a nickname. Bye-bye, Salvador. Hello, Sharad. Sorted. Right. Let's play this game then. It says Sharad there, but still says Salvador there. That's confusing. We're not having Kev as a deep line forward either. Kev goes up front. Have we got? So we've got Kevin Owens, we've got Ricky Martin, we've got Matt Deakin, Sharad, we've got Kev up front. Alfie Bob, you know what? The precedent has been for the 2 crazy £50 donations we've had. I might have to set up some rules or something. I don't know. We're just resting the Silva Lopez. Yeah, let's go score lots of goals. We want Kevin Chapman to score them all. Gubbins, what Snapchat thing? I'm confused. Kevin Chapman's in. I thought he was going to grab a goal with seconds on the clock. AKA Nitro. I think the only 2 ways are PayPal and credit card. I can't think of any other way you'd be able to donate. So, thank you for trying. I don't think there's any other way, though. What just happened? Why are we losing? We don't lose football matches. Luckily, as Espresso Cat says, we've got Kev and Sharad on top. Kev, do you get more out of Twitch donations compared? Yeah, much more for the is it much more? Twitch donations definitely, I think, are more. PayPal take a cut, but it's not as big a cut as what Patreon take. It's fairly similar. I know both of them are much more than what Twitch subs are, even though I don't have my sub button yet. But they're both much more than a Twitch sub would be. But yeah, either are roughly the same. They both take their cut. Matt Deakin, what's he going to do? Turns is there. Mendes should have got the crossover. Might ask. AKA Nitro. That would be very generous of you. Obviously, don't do anything silly. And money is not required. But thank you for trying. You put out a request for Snapchat followers on Twitter, so I downloaded the app and added you, and I haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing either. My daughter is very much teaching me Snapchat as I go. You can donate by strapping a £5 to a pigeon. Yeah, that works. Send a £5 to my PO box. Don't send a £5 to my PO box, please. Nobody send me cash. Chapman better not score another hat trick or I'll be skinned. Yeah. When do I get a sub button? I think I have to stream 3 times a week for a month. And then I was reading about it on the terms and conditions. It's 3 streams a week at least for a month with at least like 5 people in the stream. So we're fine for that. But it's at least 3 times a week for a month. There you go. Kevin Chapman finally gets caught offside. And it's not even his own goal that gets disallowed. And then within a couple of weeks of meeting that criteria, I should get my sub button. So realistically, we're probably looking about a month away from now. I should get it. Reality check deeping rate. Yeah. You could make a donation through Kev's YouTube. Yeah, that's another way to do it. Sack him. Yeah, that's it. He's done now. He's had his fun. Muller is saying it's him or me, and Muller's obviously the better player. Yeah, Kevin Chapman's reputation now goes before him. Perhaps he's only ever not offside if it's his own goal. Here we go. He's got the chance to be offside here and grab a goal. Chapman's in, and he scores again. Oh, it's gone down as an own goal. Well, I think that's a Kevin Chapman goal. I think Kevin Chapman is being unfairly victimised in this game for his prior antics. Let's have a look here. I mean, their names are over that, so we can't really see properly. I'm calling that a Kevin Chapman goal. Kev, would you consider moving more to Twitch over YouTube if it was more financially? I wouldn't do YouTube any less. I might do Twitch more. Sharad grabs a goal. I mean, if I've got to be businessman about it, I guess. If Twitch was bringing in a significant amount of income every time I streamed, then I'd stream more. But I wouldn't do YouTube yet less, because I think there's probably more long-term future and growth in YouTube. But I can fit it all in. I'm a man of leisure these days. Nitro, thank you. That's very kind of you. Like I say, don't feel like you have to, but that's very kind of you. Jerome, I agree. It was definitely a Chapman goal. Tommy, thank you for boosting my views with your host. What days am I streaming next week? I think we're going to try and do the same as we did this week, which was Monday. Yes, there he is. Kevin Chapman with his 7th goal of the season. Was it offside? I mean, by an absolute mile. I don't understand. I just don't understand how all his goals are offside. He was at least like 3 feet offside there. What was I talking about? I'm completely lost now because Kevin Chapman has done it again. Let's bring Blackmore. Poor old Wayne Blackmore. He was a hero early on and he's just kind of been forgotten about. There is no offside for Chapman. I agree. I'm really enjoying self-employed life. It's lots of fun. Is Twitch better than YouTube for streaming? I've never done streaming on YouTube. The reason I don't do it on YouTube is because Loki told me not to. Apparently it doesn't work as well. It doesn't link together to your normal channel properly. People who subscribe to streams on YouTube don't subscribe. It doesn't automatically subscribe them to the channel as well. But that then causes confusion because people think they've subscribed, so don't subscribe again. And it's from what he was saying, it sounds like it's all a bit of a mess. So, I mean, Twitch works fine. What is happening here? Are we going to not win this game? Have we got another substitution to bring on? Let's bring on club legend Lenihan. In fact, hold on. Let's bring him on for Kevin Owens. Just have a proper player in there for the last couple of minutes. So Monday, yeah, I think we're aiming for Monday, Thursday and Sunday. Although I was thinking about this earlier. When I planned Monday, Thursday, Sunday, it felt nice and spaced out. But that then means I'm doing it 2 nights in a row, Sunday and Monday. So that might not be the long-term thing we fall into. But for now, I think probably during the summer holidays, it'll be Monday, Thursday, Sunday, because Anna does a podcast on Monday, so that fits quite nicely. Thursday is the night before I do my podcast, and Sunday, just because doing Friday or Saturday seems like it wouldn't get as many views because people are out and stuff. So I wanted to do one day at the weekend. Sunday seemed like the easy one. So Sunday and Monday are kind of nailed on, and Thursday's about halfway between the two. So it'll be that for now. Chapman was born offside. He was. Yeah, we might get relegated. His name is offside. He is. Kevin Owens' position is awful. Yeah, but to be fair, Kevin Owens is another one who's just not cut out for this level. He's only 17. I didn't realise he was only 17. I'm ruining the poor kid. He's only 17 and he's a Vanarama national player, and we're trying to play him at centre-back in a team as good as ours. So, yeah. Oops. Saturday instead of... Well, Saturday's an option, but I just kind of assume that not as many people will watch on Saturday. Doing it based on how YouTube views work, Saturday on YouTube, it's almost not worth releasing a video because views are so much lower on Saturday than any other day of the week. So I don't know if that's likely to be different on Twitch. I don't want to do a stream on a day when there's not going to be many people watching. So Sunday seems to work quite well. Sundays have, even when we were doing it back last year, Sundays were always the busiest night of the week. So I don't really want to give up on Sunday. Odds on you vlogging a real Deep in Rangers game? Maybe. There's a maybe there. I mean, I've lived in Deeping for over 30 years. And I've never been to a Deep in Rangers game. But now we're getting this connection. I might contact the club and see if I can sit in the dugout for a game or something ridiculous like that. If I agree to vlog it and give them some publicity or something. I don't know. We'll figure something out. So, Sharad got Young Player of the Month. Unbelievably, Kevin Chapman doesn't win anything. Sharad gets a couple. I get Manager of the Month. Kev has been robbed there. Large 7,500. Thank you very much. That is much appreciated. Love shower, everybody. We know, you know the drill. Let's shower some love. That's fantastic. Thank you very, very much. You're all being incredibly generous this evening, and it is massively appreciated. I know sometimes I joke about it, but seriously, it's awesome. And why are people trying to sign my goalkeeper? I mean, just no, you're not having him. Not having him at all. Do a stream at 3 AM and target the American audience. Is there much of an American audience? Oh, the love shower has lost me the chat. Hold on. Who would I like to see Posh sign? Defenders. I don't have specific names in mind. Just some more defenders, please. Maybe Chapman is audition for your next club with the YouTubes. Maybe. Maybe he is. If it works, don't change it. I'll just miss your Thursday streams. That's fine. I mean, it'll definitely, the whole stream schedule, and to be fair, the YouTube schedule as well, will all change around a little bit in September when the kids are all back at school, and I can really settle into proper giving this full-time concentration. Because although I'm obviously not working as a teacher now, I'm still not full-time doing internet stuff because the kids are at home. So we're doing stuff like going to Alton Towers and going to... Who on earth is Ken Craig? And why are we being offered over £1 million for him? Well, no, you're not having him because he's 5-star potential. Get lost. Is this what we're going to have to put up with all through this transfer window? Just constant silly bids that we're not going to accept. What was I saying? Yeah, once we get to September and I settle into things properly, we might add an extra stream a week. I think it's one of the Patreon targets that we've got. When we get to a certain level on there, we'll start adding more streams, because we'll get to the point where YouTube and Twitch and all that stuff starts to become more important than the writing, and then I can dedicate more time to that. Because at the moment, I still earn more money from writing than I do from any of the other stuff. But as that's, I mean, it is constantly shifting all the time. And when that passes over, I can spend even more time on videos and streaming. And at that point, we just go completely nutso. And I'm streaming every day and releasing 3 videos a day. And you'll all have had enough of me. But I don't know where I was going with that. Should we talk about something else? Any deeping signings planned for January, Kev? A new 20 aggression hatchet. We struggled to find one before, didn't we? Well, at least this stream will actually make it to YouTube. Exactly. Peterborough have been linked with Jimmy Traore. I don't know who he is. Who is he? Ricky Martin. I mean, we need a chat about Ricky Martin. I'm of a mind that we just bin him off completely. He was supposed to come in and become a cult hero. He's got his 20 aggression, but he's not actually any good. He's only got 6 yellows. I'm considering just getting rid of him and finding a replacement so we can stop having to play him, because there's that midfielder we signed for £2 million. I can't even remember his name. We've played him so infrequently. Who is he? Who is he? Who is he? Where is he? Can't even find him. Is he? Have I put him down in the under-23s? Oh, wow, that's why I don't play him very often. Sergio Gonzalez, we paid £2 million for, and I've got him in the under-23s. But he could play a little bit more often. Breaking news, legendary Deeping Rangers striker. Yeah, that sounds about right. What writing do I write? I mean, at the moment, I've written a few articles and things for a few places, but the thing that earns me money is it's a revision guide book that I wrote a few years ago, and it just consistently sells really well. So I'm a bit of a one-book wonder. I have written other books that aren't available anymore, but the one that is still out there does sell well. It was #1 in the Amazon education chart for like 2-3 weeks earlier this year, and bear in mind that's a couple of years old, that book. It does do pretty well, which is good. What happened to the last stream not to make it to YouTube? Silly words were used. Vasberg out. Are we really going to get rid of him? I mean, I'd be inclined to try and sign him permanently. Bin Ricky. Yeah, I think Ricky might be done. Get rid of Rosberg and Martin. Trivaldo, hello. Right, so if we're going to get rid of Ricky Martin, we need to sign someone else. So, how close are you to Patreon targets? It's a bit iffy to know at this time of month, because for the first week of the month, it's never really clear, because sometimes people's cards get declined and it all kind of shuffles around a little bit. We were just pushing over the 400 at the end of last month, and it's just dipped down a little bit since then. But I think the first target on Patreon was 500, so we're closer than we've ever been. I mean, this has been our biggest ever month on Patreon, which is fantastic. So we're getting there, and it's massively appreciated from everyone who's involved over on Patreon. Kev, try one more time for a mental 20 aggression player. If it doesn't work, don't bother next summer. Right, so we want him to be a midfielder. That's what we said before. So these are the ones that are available. So let's scout them all and see who we can get for a reasonable price. Adam News, I purchased my cousin your revision guide. He got B's and C's. Wow, that's awesome. I want to put that on the page. Write a proper testimonial for me, and I'll add it to the Amazon page. That's awesome. I'm glad that's helped someone. I mean, I am really proud of it. I think it was a good book, which it's good. I was a good teacher, and I wrote a good book. We tried to find determination, aggression and determination together, and struggled. We'll try again. I just don't know how this screen works. How do I add another one of these? Pick? Is that? Ah, there we go. Determination. If we drop them both, if we put that to 15. Kevin McLaren. He's 37. Oh, he might be the man. He's 37 years old. He thinks he's a manager. He's never played at any kind of... Shall we give this guy his 6 months in the Football League, age 37? I'm thinking it might be what we're going to do. Oh, they feel that offer's acceptable. Who'd have thought? Would you write a football novel on? Probably not. People have done that before, haven't they? And have done a much better job than I think I would have done. So no, probably not. I have got a novel that I've been writing for like 2 years that I do bits of here and there, and I think it will be a really good thing when it's finished, but it's so far away from being finished. And I just keep getting writer's block with it. Right. We're going to try and bring this guy in as a player. He doesn't want to come as a player. I'm 37. I don't want to be a player. You're going to be a player. Shut your face. Just be a player. He won't come as a player. Age 37. He just won't come as a player. Right, where are we? What was the book called? The book was called, or is called, The Lazy Student's Revision Guide. You can get it on Amazon, both Kindle and paperback. Was I a popular teacher? Probably. With some students, maybe. Not with all of them. Trying to sign him, but he didn't want to come. It has to become Kevin McChapman. The guy will be a legend. Yeah, he doesn't want to come, though. We could see if there's a David Chapman. Just bring in all the Chapmans. David Chapman. No. Chapman. Right, what have we got in the way of Chapmans out there? Nothing particularly interesting. We'll see what those scout reports come back with. I suppose we could have made him player under 18s, but we've got an under 18s manager already, I think. The Kev memoirs will come out about 50. Yeah, they will. Make him a player and new assistant. When's Mature Season 2 out? I've got to rewrite Mature Season 1 first. I liked the story. I didn't like the writing, so we're a long way away from that. It's on the to-do list, but quite far away from the top of it. What was your anger level at students? I don't think I ever got angry with a student. It's not my style, really. But again, I wasn't lenient. I would put them in their place when they needed to. I would I would try and use my wits to put them in their place, rather than like shouting at them. Just embarrass them in front of their mates. Just beat them in a battle of wit and banter. Oh, I hate that word. But yeah, just make them feel silly, and they'll soon back down. Right, let's try again. We want this guy. He seems like he's going to be awesome. Alfie Chapman sounds great. What did I teach? Computer science was what I taught. So mainly programming, bit of web stuff, a little bit of the innards of how computers work, but that's not really my strength. But yeah, mainly programming. Right, this guy, Phil Stevenson, is an option. The problem is he doesn't have a very funny name. But he's got 20 for aggression. He can't really tackle or mark. He might be an option. Let's put in a bid for him as well. What did they say? I mean, he plays for Barrow. Why have we got to pay for him? Seems silly. No, I don't want to offer him a trial. Just make offer. Have 60 grand and be happy with it. 140. Let's call it 100. Oh, I thought you might like that. Yeah. Worst thing a student ever did in my lesson. I don't know. Throw a chair across the room probably was the worst thing. Were you the more disappointed? Yeah, more disappointed than angry. They wanted me to like what they were doing. In the whole, I think. Sorry, Kev. What time are you streaming? I'll be streaming probably till about 11ish usually. Any specific programs? At school, it would usually be Python, a little bit of Java, C#, C++, PHP, a little bit of everything really. My main language is C#, but I haven't really done much in it for a long time. So I guess I do more in Python and PHP these days. Yeah, threw a chair. Did I catch the chair? No, but what a hero I would have been if he threw a chair and I just plucked it out of the sky. I mean, that is the thing of legend. Would I build my own computer rig? No, because I'm a clumsy oaf, so probably not. Throwing a chair, rather tame. Yeah, exactly. The chair wasn't thrown at me, thrown at another student, but it didn't hit him, so we're fine. Right, let's offer him the deal he wants. Alfie Bob once threw a chair. Alfie Bob, are you one of my former students? Did you throw a chair in my classroom? Did the student not know chair shots to the head are banned? Yeah. Your old RE teacher did the worm. Wow, that's impressive work. Bournemouth, no Ken Craig for you. Everyone, big clubs, leave my youth alone. I'd like to be able to. I once tried to do the worm and just hurt myself. I don't really know how people manage to do it. I guess it's probably not a beginner's dance move. You don't make that as the first thing that you've ever tried. I've just noticed on the monitor there that my shirt is coming out as not yellow. That's weird. You're Dave. Hello, Dave. Right. Are we dropping Ricky Martin then? I think we're dropping Ricky Martin and we're just going to transfer list him. And he had his opportunity. He's played 20 games, but he's done. Stick him down in the under-23s. Never to be seen again. Right, what we do need in this team, though, is Kevin Chapman, obviously. I still don't know why he's not being picked by the assistant manager. You'd think after the amount of goals he was scoring, he would just be an automatic choice every game. That team looks like it will do. I'm actually studying to become a teacher. Any tips not in the book? Here you go. Here's my main tip to being a successful teacher. Ignore all that nonsense that teachers tell you about it taking over your life. I worked as a teacher for 5 years, never once brought books home with me, never once planned lessons at home. If you work hard while you're there, and don't faff about drinking coffee and moaning about how much work you've got to do. You can get all your work, all your marking and planning and everything done in the time you have allocated to do it at school. I was consistently rated as an outstanding teacher and didn't have to do any of that nonsense at home. I don't know why people have to, but I tell you what, the amount of times you walk into a staff room and there's a whole gaggle of teachers sat there moaning that they're so busy whilst drinking tea and not doing anything. Don't be that guy. Be the one who just stays in their room and gets on with the work. It's all about getting on with the work. There you go. There's Kev being serious for a moment. We've had enough of that now. Throw that out the window. When he threw the chair, did screaming, "Good God, they've killed him." No. There's always the caterpillar. Yeah. Did you have a student? I've had loads of students called Dave, probably. People can see that you're not good at fixing building computers from your vlogs. Yeah, exactly. Hardware, not my thing. I'm a programmer. When I was at uni, I did a computer science degree. At the end of our first year, we had the option whether we went down a programming route or a hardware route. And I just sort of clung on by the skin of my teeth to the hardware stuff throughout that first year and dropped it like a stone the moment I could and just focused on programming. So, yeah, I'm not a hardware guy. Drinking tea, yeah, drinking tea is important, but you can do it whilst working. You wouldn't have to mark books as a computer tea. Not books necessarily, but you have to mark work, the same as you do for any other subject. Is it worth all the effort to become a teacher? Depends how you define worth. I mean, for me, becoming a teacher was a massively valuable experience because without what I learnt from training to become a teacher, I wouldn't be able to do this the way I do this. I was really, I mean, I still am quite shy in real life. I'm not the kind of person who can walk into a room and just start chatting to people. It's not really, I'm just your typical awkward computer nerd, really. But what teacher training taught me to do was stand up in front of a room full of people and talk. What's just happened there? In that case, I'm called Dave. Thank you very much for the donation. It's very much appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What was I saying? Muller's just grabbed a goal. Excellent stuff. Yeah, what was I saying? What I was saying was, yeah, it's the teacher training, that learning to talk and not be afraid and taking me out of my comfort zone and forcing me to do something that when I first started doing it absolutely terrified me. Learning to just go head on and face fears, that's what teacher training taught me. So for me, it was massively valuable. Without training to become a teacher, I wouldn't have been able to do the match day announcer thing that I did a couple of weeks ago because it terrified me. But because I'd had so much practice of doing things that terrified me through my teacher training, I just got on with it. So yeah, I think it was worth it. And if you're into just sort of having a job and getting reasonably well paid for it, and it's not my cup of tea, but normal people, that's what they aspire to have. It pays well, the holidays are good, and it's good fun. So yeah, if I ever have to have a real job again, that real job will be being a computer science teacher. Do your old students know that you did YouTube? Yeah, it was fairly common knowledge. A lot of them watch. There's probably some of them watching now. There's certainly some who watch on YouTube. Kev, are you going to continue with Lazy Students Guide? Yes, when I find the time to do it. I'm not taking Kevin Chapman off. What am I thinking? I've started a YouTube channel for it, but haven't really done much with it. It's definitely part of my business plan is the Lazy Students Guide and doing something with that as a brand. I think you should add some wrestling stunts done by you to grow your Yeah, I could do a moonsault off the top of the house. Easy. What sort of student were you at school? A nerd. I was a weird hybrid. I was a rugby playing nerd. So I was bigger than most and played rugby and did that with the jocks, but I was absolutely a nerd. I used to sit in because I'm old, I used to sit in the school library at lunchtime programming because they were the only computers you had access to in the school. So I'd sit there writing little text-based adventure games in BASIC, I guess it would have been. Yeah, I was just a nerd. Cultured Left Foot, thank you very much for your donation. That's much appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. That's awesome. Will you... I will become either journalist or archivist from a... there was 3 things I really wanted to be when I was a kid. I wanted to be a journalist, or like radio DJ, or an author. So the one I haven't really ever had a proper opportunity at doing is journalist. I'd quite like that. My latest followers disappeared. Oh, they're back now, it looks like. El Joe Ido, sorry if I'm getting your name wrong. Yeah, it seems that when you're not there, Kevin Chapman doesn't score. So don't go away again. Thank you. Matt Deakin, I'm with Vodafone. Espresso Cat, I don't like kids, so probably would never be a teacher. If you'd have asked me 10 years ago, I didn't really like kids, but you learn to like them as part of teaching. And it is a really satisfying job. You get a lot of job satisfaction out of it. I'll still be going to the A-level and GCSE results day in a few weeks, and they'll be awesome because there'll be all these kids coming up to me thanking me for the awesome job that I did for them, and I'll be able to congratulate them for the awesome results that they got, and it's a really cool day. Lucaldo, I was a football playing nerd, was in with the cool lads, but massively over. Yeah, that was kind of how I was. He's slacking with his new 11k a week, exactly. You could do a good spear then with your rugby background. I could. I tell you what, I really could. I might have to add that to my wrestling repertoire when I inevitably do my wrestling training. Did someone just try to leave the club and I just completely ignored him? Osborne Stone requests to terminate loan. Yeah, whatever. Have you even played? I mean, bless him. He's 4-star potential. Played a full season with Bolton last year and just didn't get a sniff of our team. So he can disappear. I'm waiting for my football... cultured left foot. Waiting for my football team fixtures to come out to see if I can make the content creators event. As I'm the player manager, it's pretty difficult to miss games. Can't you just fake an injury? Oh, the board want to increase my contract. Canado wants to terminate his loan as well. That's unexpected, but we'll look at that in a minute. Firstly, I need to have a meeting with Kevin Chapman. Hold on. What happened there? Right, Canado. I mean, now we've got Kevin Chapman. We don't need him. He did play a lot of games early on, but he can go. That's fine. Where's the chat gone? What? He won't even talk to me now. I'm going to give you £20,000 a week, Kevin McLaren. You'll regret not having a conversation with me about it. Journeyman midfielder, my eye. Ricky Martin made Kevin Chapman score. Bring him back. You dropped him. That could be the problem, couldn't it? Any tips for studying uni subjects? Just work hard, I guess. Make sure it's a subject you enjoy and it doesn't even feel like work. That was, for a nerd like me, that was the awesome thing about doing computer science. I just loved it. Anyway, if I wasn't doing it as a degree, I would have been spending my free time programming anyway. So do something you really enjoy. Hold on a sec. Sneeze. Oh, I hope I muted that properly. That was a sneeze and a half. Right, where are we? Accept nothing less than 100,000 a week. Is that me? I've got to do that. What? Right, we're signing Phil Stevenson. We need a name for him. But we do have a new midfield nut. So he can come straight into the team. Lenihan, welcome him. Is he into the right team? Move to senior squad. He now plays every game. Sorted. Yeah, we're going to beat Leeds. Of course we're going to beat Leeds. Oh, there's so many questions. Vosberg needs a rest, does he? Yeah, sounds about right. Did you know your foot is the same length as your forearm? That can't be right. I mean, I've got big feet, but... I mean, that's like 14 inches. If I could get my foot up that high, I'd compare them, but there's just no way that's going to happen. Duke McKenna. Who on earth's Duke McKenna? Oh, hang about. We should be selling him. Yeah, you can have him. He can go. Right, here we go then. Time for a meeting with Kevin Chapman. Do we need to discuss the current vision? Yeah, we do. Because I want to take off the bit about signing high-profile players. I want us to focus on youth. I don't want to be judged on signing high-profile players. Did they say yes to that? So I'm happy to... There we go. We're not willing to agree. Wow. Okay, well, I guess we'll have a contract then. Kevin Chapman, the chairman, is a tough negotiator. Johnny Foreigner, Phil Mitchell. Wowzers. Kev to stop offers, go to transfer status. I shall do that in a moment. For now, I need to get myself a decent salary. £3,000 a week, please. Oh, that's what you offered me before. 2.8, please. Okay. 2.6. Oh, we got you up a bit. 2.5. You are a tough negotiator, Kev. 2.4. There we go. That was hard work. That's the hardest negotiation I've ever had with a chairman whilst being like 15 points clear at the top of the league. But we have signed a new contract. Obviously, I'm delighted. Excellent. I don't know. Yeah. Espresso Cat, are you off? Thank you for coming along. Toodle Pip, thank you. Walking red card. But he won't get a walking... I mean, if he's anything like Ricky Martin, he won't get sent off. Ricky Martin was supposed to be an absolute nutcase. We put him as a ball-winning midfielder. Told him to chase around crunching people, and he just didn't ever do it. It's pathetic. Why am I on so little pounds? Because it's my first season of managing, I guess. That would be my guess, because we took over at the start of this season. Oh, there you go. That's the name. Not Ricky Martin. That's sorted. Easy. That well played. Ilo, you're going to have to tell me how I say your name. But absolutely, he is not Ricky Martin. So, not Ricky Martin. I'm happy with that. Right. Stop trying to get our kids. Stop trying to get our kids. Yes. 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 Sorted. Hello, Bad Jokes FM. How are you? Bank holiday in Ireland, is it? That's a stroke of good luck. So you're off tomorrow. Tomorrow? Is it Sunday today? Oh dear, have we reached that stage of the summer already where I don't know what day it is. Not Ricky Martin's nowhere close to fit. What has he been doing with his life? Not playing for Barrow. That's what he's been doing. Well, he's going to get a game against Leeds now, and probably get himself sent off. What division are Leeds in? Can we see that? Not yet. Right. Let's rotate a little bit again. We're going to get not Ricky Martin into that ball-winning midfielder position. Oh, he's injured. Oh, hang about. Perhaps we won't play him if he's injured. That seems a little bit silly. We're going to take Geordie Shaw out, get Kevin Chapman in, because he's Kevin Chapman. And that all looks acceptable. Right, what are we doing on here? Glad. Age. I don't. You're going to have to do that phonetically for me. I can't say that. Age. Is stop trying to get my kids clip-worthy. Everything's clip-worthy. FM Fanatic. I'll be streaming again tomorrow night. We do. Well, at the moment, we're doing Sunday, Monday, Thursday as a first attempt at a stream schedule. Whether we stick to it long term, your guess is as good as mine. But that's what we're aiming for at the moment. I just want to get Geordie Shaw onto the bench at the expense of Lenihan. That'll do. What's Vosberg's stamina and natural fitness? Let's have a look. Stamina's 13, natural fitness is 10. I just don't get it with him. He's 24 years old. He's a top player. 18 full international caps for Norway. He just can't stay fit. Let's take him out of the team for today, actually. There's no point playing him in a cup game. The same probably goes for Turns, because they've both been struggling for fitness. We'll bring Matt Deakin back in. And that looks like a team. Nitro, don't worry about missing tomorrow. It will, because everyone's going to behave, be on YouTube as a stream replay, but also it'll be here on Twitch as well for you to watch for however long they stay here on Twitch for. So even if you can't come along live, you can still watch the stream. Yeah, I can say yeah. If I'm still saying it wrong, tell me I'm an idiot. But yeah, I can do that. If he was a Matty Messenger, hello. Tommy, is there really 150 people knocking around? That's excellent. Hello, 150 people. How are you all? I don't know why my hand's disappearing when I move it off screen, but let's try not to worry about it. Yeah, I'm afraid you do need to behave 2 days in a row. Kevin Chapman has just scored again. That's his 8th goal. That's ridiculous. Jerome, I certainly ain't going to miss a stream if you see what happened this past few streams. Yeah, it has been bizarre how things have been going in these streams so far. What do you believe? Well, yeah, of course you always behave. I don't understand how he's scoring this many goals. We need to have a look at what division leads are in. They could be a Premier League team for all I know. And he's now scoring goals against them. Remember, we've got an EFL Cup semi-final coming up as well. So Kevin Chapman could potentially score the goals to book himself a trip at Wembley and then a trip into Europe, which just doesn't even bear thinking about. It's ridiculous that it's talked about as even a possibility. How can we look at Leeds? I just want to see what league they're in. None of these are clickable. The badge? Anything? No. We'll just have to guess. Does anyone know what division Leeds are in 8 years in the future? No? Neither do I. Grr. Right. Let's... Kevin Chapman is... He is a legend. People would be surprised to see Too Deep in Rain just shook... Actually, that's a good point. I might not do a video tomorrow for Sugar Daddy. We'll perhaps just do a little reminder that comes out at like 8 o'clock or something, because it's been like 3 days since I've done an Atletico video and I'm itching to do one. So yeah, we'll perhaps not do a Sugar Daddy video tomorrow. I don't know, what are your thoughts on the videos and splitting the save between YouTube and Twitch? Do we need to do that? I mean, the original thought behind that was to get as many people over from YouTube to Twitch as we can. I think the fact that we've got all these people watching suggests that's probably worked. So do we need to keep splitting the save between the two, or should this just become the full-on Twitch save and have Atletico as the full-on YouTube save? Your thoughts are always welcome. Ah, Loki's here. Good day to you, sir. Leeds are in the Ryman Premier North, are they? Yeah, okay. Alfie, what name are you giving yourself now? But thank you for the donation. That's much appreciated. I'm going to have to count up all these little pounds you've done under strange names. I assume it's you over and over again. We might be having to name a player after you at this rate. You must be getting close. Wembley is nothing special anymore as teams play there on a weekly basis. Spurs ruin everything. I mean, that's 10 years ago in game. Kev, to check Leeds, click home button thing. That thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's buttons there and everything. Leeds are in... They're a mid-table Premier League team. Wow. Eternal user. Does it alienate some of the audience? See, I was hoping to try and include everybody in everything by splitting it the way I have, but perhaps it hasn't worked the way it's supposed to work. I don't really know. We're losing against Leeds. Is that an actual picture of real life Leeds in the background? Is that what Leeds looks like? I've only ever really passed through. I did try when I was doing my old podcast years ago. We used to go around and tour football grounds, and we weren't let into the Leeds ground because we both had beards. the head of security at Leeds United genuinely said, because we both had beards, we might be terrorists, so he wouldn't let us in to have a look around. Actually said that to us. So I've never been inside the Leeds ground. If in doubt, it's probably Alf. Thank you very much again. Wow. These are some multiple... I mean, how many different Twitch accounts have you got at this point? Is that how it works? Or do you just put a different name on when you're donating? I don't really understand how you're doing this. It's witchcraft. Those houses were... I see. Leeds is a surprisingly good night out. Splendid. You almost said stalk... Managed to smuggle a rude word in. Who's put a rude word in? Ah, okay. Right. Eternal User, you're saying about how commitments and stuff, and with the streams going up on YouTube as well, and the normal videos appearing on YouTube, does that not mean that you can sort of follow along with the series without needing to watch the streams? That was the intention behind it. So we do the normal YouTube videos every 6, 7, 8 games like we normally would. And then rather than me doing the other bits offline, we do them here on Twitch. So if people want absolutely everything they can, or people can just follow along the way they normally would any other YouTube series. That was the thought process behind it. I don't know if I've made that clear enough to everyone, because I'm not the best salesman in the world. Who knows? Kev, would you recommend someone start doing FM on YouTube first before doing it on Twitch, or start both at the same time? I would probably do YouTube. I know there are prominent members of the community who started on Twitch. I would probably do YouTube first if you're a complete beginner to all of this stuff, because at least then you can edit stuff out when it goes really wrong. And it will go really wrong, because it still goes really wrong for me quite regularly. But I don't think any harm could come from trying both and seeing what you enjoy most, and just go with what seems more fun. We've been knocked out of a cup, everybody. It's devastating. It's the first time we've been knocked out of a cup. The only thing good about Leeds is... Okay. When you lose, find the left back 2 weeks wages and sack the assistant. When not Ricky Martin doesn't work out, are we going for a still not Ricky? Of course we are, obviously. Wondering what's better, watching your stream or streaming? Watching the stream, Drone. Definitely watching the stream. You could stream yourself watching my stream. Do like a streaming reaction video. I'm absolutely on board for that. Yeah, who cares if we've knocked out the FA Cup? We're going to go and win the EFL Cup instead. Rests for everybody. Training, rest, 1 day. Excellent. Some of the audience will stay because of time restraints, but it does seem to work out somewhat. Yeah. I don't know. I'm happy to do it either way. I just don't know what's best. Just don't know. Would you do Atletico stream as a special? Probably not. I don't know. I don't know what I could do with Atletico as a special. The only thing I guess would be, I don't know, the summer transfer window or something. I wouldn't like do a final or a big decider on stream, because people have been watching that for 25 seasons on YouTube, and to have those however many thousand people who watch each episode say, niblets to you all, you have to come and watch live at this specific time, seems unreasonable. But there's no reason why I might not. There's every chance of me just popping up on a Thursday lunchtime and just streaming a transfer window just because I'm doing it anyway. I may as well stream it. That's a potential option at some point. Have you taken Kevin Chapman on trips to cathedrals in the local area yet? Of course. Found Harry Owen's strike partner. Yeah, Harry Owen doesn't exist in this universe, though. Does Kevin Chapman exist in that one? It's very difficult to know. Right. 2 more games today, so you do a league game and the first leg of the EFL Cup. When is the EFL Cup? You keep better. You lot keep up with what's going on better than I do. Does it show that on that screen somewhere? Well, I never. It does. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. And then that means that we're not going to do a YouTube one, are we? Oh, Kev's brain hurts. It's too confusing. Right, let's just get on with the streaming and not worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow's another day. Started watching Non-Lethal Legend this morning. I'm in season 2 now. You're in for a real treat. Hope you have fun with it. Alfie, thank you for popping in. I shall see you tomorrow. Thank you very much. Harry O and Kevin Chapman are the same player, just in different dimensions. There's every chance that that's true. Every chance. What is happening? Something's flying around my face. Right. You're not having him. Oh, what is that? Can you lot see something flying around in front of my face, or am I imagining it? Squirt easy cheese at it. Where did it? I think it's gone. We'll put the cheese down for now. Kev, I would add notes to the games you want to record. Can you add notes to games? Where? Actually, you can't, can you? Or can you? I've never added a note to a game. Is it possible to do? It doesn't look like it is. Or are you talking about like a real like human note? Oh, create note. Hold on. Is that a note for League One? No. Don't want a note for League One. The note for League One would be get out of as quickly as possible. And just have that transfer across every sale I ever do. It's a dragon. It might be a dragon. Does Kevin Chapman, the player, have a Twitter as well? Who knows? How does Anna feel that you have a secret son from the past? I don't think she knows. She's in there watching her lady programs tonight, so she's never going to find out unless one of you like tells her, which obviously you won't, because that just wouldn't be cool. He's back. Oh, I really wanted to just catch that fly in my hand on stream to look like an absolute hero. Can't do it. Clive is back as a fly. No, don't tell me it's Clive. I'm still so upset about Clive. Yeah, I've got a talented squad. Yes, I'm pleased. Add on the calendar. There's a calendar? Insanity is slipping. And there's definitely something flying around this room. Sorry for clapping right next to the microphone, but there is something flying around my face. And it's really annoying me. Right. I'm just going to pretend it's not there. Glad to see the easy cheese is being properly used. There is another can in the house that my daughter has had on crackers. And we all just shook our heads at her because it's nasty stuff. But yeah, this can just lives in here. Yeah! This can lives in here because my theory is when I eventually get brave enough to eat these Reaper chili pods, my Carolina Reaper chili peppers, when I eventually eat one of those, I'm thinking just squirt that into my mouth to try and neutralise the nastiness a little bit. So that stays in here near the chili pods. See, there's method to it. I've been watching Non-Lethal Legend, the genuine series from Kevin Loki for ages. Still going, still enjoyable. Hey, good. Hashtag Clive merch. Maybe. There was no pitch change in my voice. I'm a man. A man's man. How dare you suggest my voice changes ever? The ghost of Clive. Ross Parks, well played. Eat them. I'm not eating Carolina Reaper chilies on stream. I'm genuinely a little bit concerned I might have a stroke if I eat these. I don't know if a man with my blood pressure should be eating the world's hottest chili pods. Certainly not going to do it on stream. Oh, just the thought of it. I think Anna got me those for my birthday because she wants to kill me. She's trying to cash in on my teacher life insurance while I've still got 3 weeks of it left. So I'm going to wait until September, and then the last laugh will be on her when I eat one of her chili pods a week after my life insurance ends, and then I die. Lil Kev after the flight. Yeah, you get him. I'm going to squirt it in my mouth. What's wrong with that? If you want to calm down after the chili pods, eat yogurt. Well, Easy cheese is basically yogurt in canned form, isn't it? No need to refrigerate. And it must be good. It comes in bacon flavour as well. I want bacon flavour cheese in a can. That sounds amazing. I think it's Control K for a note. Last time someone told me to do Control anything, my computer shut down. I don't trust anybody when they say Control anymore. I'm not going to eat the chili pods now. They just sit on my desk, intimidate me. I think I have to rehydrate them. Curty FM, thank you very much for the host. That's very much appreciated. Thank you. Read nothing into the fact I'm holding Reaper pods. I'm not eating them tonight. That would just be silly. Oh, there's a Curty raid going on. Hello, Curty and raiders. How are you all on this fine evening? Hope you're all well. Let's have a game of football. We're rotating. Why is Kevin Chapman not in the team? The man is a goal machine. He should be playing every match. Is not Ricky Martin fit now? What is wrong with you, not Ricky Martin? Back to full fitness soon. Well, not soon enough really, is it? Let's get Geordie Shaw back onto the bench as well. Should we get not Ricky Martin on the bench? There you go. That'll do. That looks like a team. I've noticed that in the last 2 weeks I took out life insurance, there have been many more accidents nearly happening to you at home. Have you seen how many accidents have been happening to me as my life insurance is running out? The chilies are from Clive. Yeah. Sam misses Curty's stream. Well, hopefully I'll be able to fill that Curty-shaped void in your life. Maybe. Right, let's see if we can have another in a long-running sequence of Kevin Chapman goals. Because I like it when he scores. We're quite a long way clear at the top of the league, aren't we? Why am I coming Lollujo FM? She could just use her own name. I'm actually a little proud. Yeah, I'm really happy with not Ricky Martin. It's very good, well played. It's a big shape to fill. Don't worry, I'm quite accustomed to filling big shapes. Posh in Northampton's Shadow has donated £1. A pound that makes no sense to anybody, but thank you very much. For that £1, I will allow you to have that nonsense on my screen for a moment. So thank you. If you get promoted with a few games to go, can we see if you can do wingers? You can see, but I can tell you now I can't. Sharad, well done. Good goal. Thank you very much. Loki's claiming all not nicknames. Well, Loki, I would like to point out I didn't come up with it. So I didn't steal from you. Kevin Chapman just invented himself as a striker. You're giving the beard a trim. It looks less manly. I have. It was an accidental trim. I got a new beard trimmer. And my old beard trimmer I would set on number 3. And it would give me my normal beard. So I put my new beard trimmer on, put it to number 3. And it was, I felt like I was Homer Simpson. Because I just started. As soon as I saw that there was flesh underneath all the hair, I just did a proper Homer Simpson scream. And then had to kind of even it out, and this is the best I could do. But I do look a little bit like I've got a goatee that's just sort of not been shaved at the sides for a couple of days. I'm not happy with it at all. So, yeah. It'll be back, don't worry. Just name your worst player, not Loki Doki. Got Kevin. Who's a murderer? Who has the best beard, Kevin or like? Obviously Loki now, because he's still got a beard. Where I just have like stubble with a bit of chin fluff. Looks like the beard of Roman Reigns. That's exactly what I was looking for. I wanted to look like my hero Roman Reigns. I might have his tattoos put up my arm as well. I've been looking for something to cover that up with. I might just have the full Roman Reigns sleeve. Your beard looks like Loki Doki's now. My beard looks nothing like Loki's now. He's got a real beard, unless he's had a shave that I didn't notice. JR17, thank you very much for your donation. I can't read the message that's underneath it now. I'll have a read of it later though, but I'm looking at it on a tiny little screen. So thank you. That's much appreciated. Kyle, you've arrived. Good evening to you. Your Homer scream just scared the hell out of your rabbits. I really had to tone it back as well because the door is open out into my garden and there's kids all around and stuff. So, not in my garden, next door and everywhere. So I didn't want to do a full-on blood-curdling scream, but that's what happened when I actually shaved earlier and I realised what I'd done. Oh, turns it supposed Kevin Chapman's in. Did he just win another penalty? No, of course he didn't. If you get a donation of a certain amount, I think you should have to do a stream clean shaven. That's going to take a lot to do that. Kevin Chapman's not having a good game. I almost took him off until I realised who he was. Hugo Logan. Should we give not Ricky Martin a little run out? I know he's not fully fit, but we'll get him in for his first game. You should sign all the Kevins in the game and play a whole 11 and subs of Kevins. Now there's a thought. Shouldn't they be in bed? They are in bed next door and over the back of my house and stuff. That's why I didn't want to scream and wake them up. Put a poll of who has the best beard. Loki has the best beard. He's still got a beard. I've got Roman Reigns stubble because Roman Reigns wants to be like me. Kev has kids in his garden, confirmed. Yeah, to be fair. When you get the sub button, you're going to work with... I don't really understand any of that yet. I've not really looked into it because I think I'm still at least a month away from getting a sub button. And that's assuming I have a full month of consistent streaming, which I've never had ever. But I don't know, I guess. Or eat a Carolina Reaper if you get a £75 donation. I don't know if £75 is enough to eat one of these. I genuinely am a little bit worried that I might end up having a heart attack or something. I'm a little bit afraid to do it alone in my garage when I guess Anna's probably asleep. Or at the very least watching telly and won't know about it. It would be in a situation where you lot watch me eat this. I start having a heart attack on stream. You're furiously tweeting at her so that she can come and check on me and get an ambulance and stuff. I don't know if dying live on the internet is worth 75 quid. So I'll try them at some point, but it'll be under medical supervision and after I've been to the doctor and said, "Hey doctor, you know my high blood pressure and everything. Can I eat these really, really spicy chilies that are known for raising people's blood pressure to dangerously high levels when they've got healthy blood pressure?" And he'll just probably take them off me. But we'll see. Oh, Lenza, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry for waking up you boys. To be fair, it was a terrible shave. So show it to them. Warn them that that's what happens if they don't read the instructions for their new beard trimmers properly. Kyle, don't worry. There's no expectation that you're in every stream. Don't worry. It's fine. We've got mods aplenty. That's the benefits of me modding everybody back when I didn't understand what mods were. So don't worry. Tom, £100 isn't much more than £75 and probably not worth dying for. I need to be medically cleared to eat these chilies before I eat them. Has Twitch ever had a live heart attack? I don't know. And I don't really want to be the first one if they haven't. We're here. You're not alone. You're not here, though. You're not here to give me chest compressions if I pass out. Dying on the internet would get me trending. Now, there's a thought. If you die live on the internet, you'll probably get... Yeah. If you're going to do it, at least we can warn her. Set a £500 lower limit. Okay, yeah. If we get a £500 donation and I'm allowed to go and fetch Anna so she can watch over me with those chest paddle things at the ready, then I might do it. Might. Please, nobody donate £500 now. Give me a chance to find a way to get out of it first. If you die live, you probably go viral. Yeah, but I feel like I wouldn't be able to capitalise on being viral quite as effectively if I was dead. I think I should probably figure out other ways to go viral that don't involve dying. My 3-year-old demands that I shave and the 2-year-old doesn't care. Fair enough. The 12th man, thank you very much for stopping by. Hope you had fun. See you again. Yes, someone has died on Twitch before. That's not good, is it? Everyone has his price. Hope there's a rich person. Yeah. If you die on the internet, at least you have a succession plan with yeah, there's a lot of Kevin Chapmans around. Yeah, I imagine if I did die on stream, you'd all be putting your hands in your pockets to make everyone feel better. So, plus there's still that teacher pension stuff if it's in the next month. Jerome, I agree. Never die unless it's absolutely necessary. I agree wholeheartedly. I'm all the evidence that I've collected over the last 35 years suggests I can't die anyway, because I keep doing some pretty stupid stuff, like diving headfirst into a marble sink and coming out of it with no injuries. So I'm pretty sure I'm invulnerable and I regenerate. So I don't think I have anything to fear from death anyway. I don't think death can catch up with me. Stop making offers for our players. Yes, we're going to make some changes. One game at a time and all that. Yeah. This is the EFL Cup semi-final, can I point out to everybody. Hey Kev, I'm the latest guy donating. My message was, hey Kev, I'm the guy that keeps messaging on Twitter. I have a question for you. How do I make Daniel Bryan an active wrestler? You have to do it in the database settings before. I think you have to do it before you start the game. I'll have a look. Send me another message on Twitter reminding me. I'll perhaps do a video showing how to make edits to your database yourself, because it's hard for me to explain it on stream. But basically there's a way to go into the database and edit it. But I'm due another Total Extreme Wrestling tutorial, I think. And I think adjusting the database yourself might be that very tutorial. To be honest, Alfie's probably donated at least half that through there. He probably has. I'm not trying, but yeah, I think I'm basically Wolverine. I am Captain Scarlet, I agree. Hashtag Kev is Wolverine. You've managed to sit for a posh game and not die of boredom. You're invincible. How dare you. £500 as a combined a single donation. £500 a combined total. Nah, that's too low. Have you seen these things? It says on them, world's hottest chili pods. To keep fresh, once open, store in a... Why would you want to keep them fresh? But apparently I can't even touch these with my hands. I have to wear rubber gloves. Because apparently touching these and then touching your eye or going for tinkle time, that's even worse than eating them. So that's a worry. Kyle, if you know how to make edited databases and can explain it in a better way than I just tried to, by all means go for it. But I will make a video on it as well. Right, are we letting this guy out on loan? I think we are. This is going to be our last game of the night, by the way, because we are cruising towards Kev's bedtime. If you go into database editor, go workers, find Daniel Bryan. There should be an option. Yeah, that's pretty much what I did. There's casually a guy who's got... Has there? What, in this? There's been a guy for 103 million and I didn't even notice him. If we told Alfie you'd eat Carolina Reapers, he probably would. My head would explode before a heart attack, would it? Interesting. I'm less worried about my head exploding because I know my head is invulnerable after the incident with the sink last weekend. It's my heart that I'm worried about. Right, let's make a couple of changes. Obviously, Kevin Chapman needs to be in the team. I don't know why my assistant manager won't pick him. What a silly bear. Geordie Shaw needs to be up on that bench. Where's not Kevin Chapman? Is he fit? Not Kevin Chapman. Not Ricky Martin. Everyone else is not Kevin Chapman. Apart from the numerous Kevin Chapmans that we've got. Right. Not Ricky Martin. This is going to get so confusing. Not Ricky Martin's going to make his debut in the EFL Cup semi-final. He has previously never played higher than the Vanarama National League, where he has struggled to get in Barrow's team, and he's now going to be playing against Burnley at Turf Moor. What league are Burnley in? Burnley are 8th in the Premier League. Remember, we've already knocked Arsenal and Middlesbrough out of this competition this season as Premier League clubs. We absolutely stuffed Arsenal. My dad always used to test food out in the dog first. I'm not giving Dave Reaper chili. Kev got... What is your non-intelligent art nemesis, Mr. Ronaldo, doing in his save? We'll check on Ronaldo before we... I'm really quite worried about going into this semi-final because we've been on an amazing run and I think it's about to come to an end. He's still not interested in coming to us. If One True Nerd's streaming, absolutely we'll be raiding him afterwards because he's a wonderful man. Is this stream... Yeah, this stream's going to make it to YouTube, Carl, don't you worry. Right, I think that's going to be our team for the EFL Cup semi-final first leg away against Burnley. Not Ricky Martin's not fit. Who cares? Let's get into the game. So, Burnley are favourites. It's been a long time since we've gone into a game that we weren't favourites for. Is there anyone famous in that Burnley team? Of course there's not. Actually, there's a few that are. This is going to be tough. But we all know how good we are. I think we did counter-attack him when we went to Arsenal. But we're going to just try. We're going to use our control against Burnley that we've been using against everybody. Counter-attacking. Poof. Right, we were on the attack a little bit there. I'm just going to be happy if Kevin Chapman gets a goal. That's all I want out of this tie. I gave my 1-year-old a chili once the social services came and took... I hope that's not true. Oh dear, we're already 1-0 down. Hey. Note to self, never start a Total Extreme Wrestling so without editing my database and getting all the guys who aren't active wrestlers first, because I keep saying, yeah, definitely do that. What auto mod nonsense? Have I missed auto mod? I haven't noticed any auto mod stuff happening, Lenzar, so if there's auto mod stuff, let me know what's happening and I'll try and fix it. You can edit wrestlers in game, can you? Wow. There's no swearing in my message. Why is it filtering it? I don't know. What message? I don't understand what's happening. Bad Jokes FM. I struggle a little bit with even my YouTube save for Total Extreme Wrestling. I want to go back and make changes to now. I'm not entirely happy with how it's working. Total Extreme Wrestling, it's a difficult game. I've never had a game in it that's lasted more than about 6 weeks. I'm reaching that point now with my YouTube one. So, struggling a little bit. Lenzar, does that mean you're sending me a message private? That's fine. I won't see it until after the stream probably because I don't know how to look at them at the moment. But if there's an issue that we need to sort out, I shall sort it out. Worry not. De Silva Lopez trying to get the tackle in. Not Ricky Martin's flying around in there trying to get tackles in. This is much more like what we're expecting from a midfield nutcase. What can Kevin Chapman conjure up? That's a beautiful cross from Kevin Chapman. And Muller hits the post. Yeah, definitely. Too Extreme Wrestling is hard but fun. Yeah, we're losing to Burnley. But, you know, Premier League Burnley, only 1-0, only the first leg, and we're away from home. We can still turn this around at Lollujo Park. And I'm never going to get tired of calling it Lollujo Park either. Get Fallout 4. So Fallout 4, I enjoyed playing, but I don't know how well it translated to YouTube for me. I think it's the same problem I have with FIFA to an extent, where I can't really play it whilst talking about it. My brain isn't advanced enough to be able to do that. I don't know how these proper Let's Players do it. I find myself either playing really, really badly because I'm trying to concentrate and entertain, or concentrating on the game and then the commentary is just awful and boring. So FIFA, I think we found a bit of a solution with post commentary, but even that I'm not fully happy with. The Fallout stuff though, I wasn't really very impressed with any of those videos. So I think if I'm going to do proper games, I need to figure out how to do it well, which I'm still trying to figure out. Don't you worry, I won't give up on it. Right, I think we're not going to score in this game, which makes me a little bit sad. We're going to take not Ricky Martin off because he's tired. We might ordinarily, of course, as per Ricky Martin rules, we won't ever take him off, but he is coming back from an injury and he's tired. Oh, Geordie Shaw should have scored there. Oh. How upsetting. Kyle, what do you mean about FIFA? Have I missed the first part of that? Were you replying to me? See, the problem with me talking all over the games and then editing it is either I play even worse because I'm talking, or the stuff that I'm saying is rubbish because I'm concentrating on playing. I find it really hard to do both at the same time. It's different with Football Manager because I don't really... You're not really playing Football Manager, are you? I'm watching it and commentating on it as it's happening. Really hard to do that with FIFA, though, when I'm thinking about it and trying to talk about it. So, I'll figure it out. I just haven't figured it out properly yet. Right, well, that's a bit of an anticlimax. We've still got the second leg to try and turn it around, but that wasn't the best first leg we could have hoped for. But just being in the EFL Cup semi-final when we're still in League One is pretty impressive, to say the least. But we are going to call it a day there on today's stream. Thank you to everyone who's turned up tonight. The support has been fantastic again. I haven't actually got the number in front of me of how many of you there are, but it feels like a lot from how busy the chat has been. It's been absolutely nutso. So thank you very much. It is much appreciated. And I'm going to go and... practice doing my FIFA videos, like Loki said, and I will get good at it, and it will be awesome. 131 people viewing at 11:05 on a Sunday night is silly, but thank you. You're all great. Now I need to find I'm a Nut, because obviously we can't end a stream without I'm a Nut, but I may have lost it completely because I put all these wrestling songs on. So bear with me for a moment while I just talk, because obviously I can't flick to that last screen without I'm a Nut ready to play, because that would just be incredibly unprofessional. Yeah, raid One True Nerd. I always forget to say who we're raiding. But yeah, if One True Nerd is streaming, let's all go and hang out in One True Nerd land. But first, of course, we need a bit of this.